Hello, friends. Wishing you a happy holiday season and welcome to another episode of Heart to Heart with Abagaba. Today, we're talking all about food that's fun, colorful, and super yummy. Our special guest is Patti Sloley, the vibrant chef and inspirational force behind Patti's Yum Yums for Kids Tum Tums. Her book features 13 tasty kid-friendly snacks that are easy to make, fun to share, and filled with creativity for little hands and big hearts. These are simple recipes meant to last a lifetime, each one sprinkled with cultural love and joy. Patty was actually my very first guest back in October 2024. Take a quick listen to that moment.
It's great. So I'm actually, do you know, I'm writing a kiddies cookbook.
You are.
Yes, I am. And the funny thing that happened once at a school, I went in to demonstrate, and when the kids had enjoyed the food, one of the boys just jumped up and he said, "Indeed, this woman is not a chef; she's a sorcerer." And
I love
thought,
it.
what a tagline! I really need to use this. And I thought, I hope the kids will love it. I'm sure they will, because they've tried and tested. And the sort of dishes that the adults will be joining in become like a family cookbook. How about that? Really good stuff, tasty stuff.
Oh, you'd have to come back so we can talk more about your book when it's out.
And today, she's back as guest number 113 to talk about her brand new children's cookbook, just as she promised. Patty makes every plate feel like a celebration. Let's welcome her with a big smile. Stick around, the conversation begins shortly. Hi, I'm Abby Dominguez. This is Heart to Heart with Abagaba podcast, and I'm so glad you're here. I spent over a decade as a nanny and teacher, learning from children and families around the world. Now I bring those lessons to you, heart to heart conversations with people from all walks of life, sharing stories of love, laughter, and resilience that remind us of the power of connection and community. Subscribe today and join our village of heart to heart listeners. Patty, welcome back to Heart with Abagaba. I'm so thrilled you're here.
Oh, thank you so much. I so enjoyed it the last time. It was brilliant.
Oh my goodness, the memories are coming back. I just love your work so much, and I follow you on social media. I
Thank
wanna,
you. Thank you.
your work is amazing. I just can't stop following you. I want to
I
ask.
tried.
So, what inspired you to create a cookbook specifically for Kids Tum Tum?
I know, several reasons, I mean, I've done these two cookbooks, the regular adult cookbooks or whatever. And I've always had a kids' cookbook in the back of my mind. I think when I started my first cookbook, I did think about it and I talked about it with my husband, never really got to it. And then I remember going to demonstrate in a school to a class of kids and they enjoyed the food so much. And one boy stood up and shouted, he said, "Indeed, this woman is not a chef, she's a sorcerer." And someone said to me, "Patty, you get a tagline like that from a kid, you don't waste it."
You
And
don't.
also, I wrote this one as well because I wanted black children, children of color, of all sorts, to see themselves in books. Because when I was growing up, I didn't have that. We had Enid Blyton and all of that, which were fantastic. We enjoyed all of it. But I think it's a bonus for kids, and it's wonderful that they can see themselves in books. So those are the reasons that got me here.
Oh, that's so beautiful. I love it.
Also, I went to an international school as a child, and I remember seeing kids of all different backgrounds. There were Greek kids, there were Burmese, there were Indian, there were Scottish, there were Canadian, French, German, Dutch, all sorts, and Ghanaian, of course. And it really does broaden your outlook on life. Kids mixing from that age, I think, is a wonderful experience.
It is really
Yeah,
wonderful. And I wanted
yeah.
to tell you this, the illustrations are so beautiful and lively. How did you collaborate with your illustrator to bring your vision to
Oh,
watch.
this is a story in itself. I tell you what, the illustrator is someone I used to babysit as a kid. Can you believe that? 6, he would come and he always wanted paper. He wanted to draw whatever, not with coloring pencils. He wanted a pen and paper. So I had all this paper, and he would just draw these dinosaurs. He
Oh,
wouldn't, he didn't have an eraser. It wasn't a pencil where he could sort of rub something and redo it. He just drew, and then he would write their names, Diplodocus and Tyrannosaurus Rex, and all their tiny little teeth. He was just incredible. So I've
oh.
kept all those. I've kept all of them. So he's going to have to sign those for me. And I just loved what he did as a child. So his name just went through my mind at one stage. I
Oh.
thought, let's see if he'll be able to do this, because he did animation
Mm-hmm.
when he was in uni as well. And he made me laugh. He said, Auntie Pat, all the cartoons I watched as a kid are paying off. And, he really is amazing. He really is amazing.
Yeah.
We knew what we wanted. We wanted him to capture children's minds,
Mm-hmm.
get their attention, and gave him a brief. And as we were talking to him, I saw him drawing. And I saw
Ooh.
this bumblebee. And then I saw a girl sitting in a chair. And, he's just taking all these ideas. And I thought, wow, perhaps the best thing is to leave it to his imagination and let him be creative. So essentially, those ideas are his. His drawings are incredible, incredible.
Incredible.
I'm so proud.
Oh, I'm just so, just listening to you right now. I have this beautiful imagination going on in my brain. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I want to know, why was it important to include plates inspired by Ghana and beyond?
Yeah. Okay. First of all, I'm Ghanaian, and that's what I know. That's the sort of food I grew up with, even though I ate lots of different dishes from around the world. Basically, I wanted that to be my baseline so I could build on. So I've got plantain in there, I've got yams in there, I've got corn and coconut, which will kubine ibru. I can remember growing up as a child, and every time my mum came back, from town, she had some either roasted corn or boiled corn with coconut, and it's something we really enjoyed. And I thought, I've got to get some of these snacks in there. You know what kids are like? They're always hungry after they're playing outside. They're rushing in, and
Yeah.
they want something that's nice and quick.
Yeah,
They don't want you to have a roast in the oven for an hour or whatever.
I
They want to
know.
eat. So yeah, I got a few of those in there. And I did that basically because I was Ghanaian. And I really feel that it broadens a kid's outlook as well, broadens their horizons. They understand different cultures, trying different foods. It's great. It's brilliant.
Ah, so lovely. So I have this question.
Okay.
How do children respond when they see ingredients personified as characters?
There we go. I love that. I love this question. Great question. You know, when you see kids in front of a cartoon, they are mesmerized.
Yeah.
They're just gripped. And sometimes you walk past, they don't even see you walking past because they're watching the screen, and they love animation.
They
And so if
do.
you've got like a banana just walking along, it just grabs their interests, you know. They imagine it, it entertains them, it's
Mhm,
fun, and they learn as well. They learn without realizing they're learning.
mhm,
And I realized that when I demonstrated in schools, kids had such a huge appetite for understanding different foods and different things. I'd take spices out and lemongrass, and they wanted to smell it, they wanted to touch it, all that sort of thing. So I think with kids, so this animation thing with the characters or the ingredients, I think is a great one for children. I
Oh,
really think it is.
I can just imagine your smiling faces already.
Exactly, because it really brings it to life.
It does.
It lifts it off the page.
It does.
Yeah.
And and better that does it for them, have their own experience than,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
How do you hope this book helps children connect with food from different cultures?
Well, like I said, I hope it really does broaden their minds. Kids love flavor. A lot of people think, oh, in Ghana, and I'm sure it's like this in most of Africa, we don't cook separate food for kids. They eat exactly what adults are eating.
Yes.
It's just sort of blended a little bit or mashed with a fork or just pinched because we eat with our fingers. I would say clean hands is all you need in the kitchen. So they eat that way and they connect with foods from different cultures. And I knew that growing up. I'd come home from a friend's house and I'd say to my mum, we had roast duck. And it was incredible. So I see things in restaurants and stuff today. I think, I remember having that as a kid. It just broadens your mind,
It
you
does.
know, it really does.
Um,
And when I do plantain in schools, it's one of my favorite ingredients. And kids just go crazy. I watch them eat and they come back for seconds and for thirds. My goodness me, that's the food talking.
I love that so much.
They're connecting with another culture right there.
Right there. And I love how you mentioned plantain. For some
Yeah.
listeners who may not know what plantain is, can you tell us more
Right.
about plantain?
Plantain is the starchy cousin of the banana. Plantain and banana from exactly the same family. Banana is the fruit, plantain is the vegetable. And with plantain, it can be cooked at every stage of ripeness, from when it's green right through to when it's black. And, I think I mentioned the last time it was one of my favorite ingredients because I've written a book with 51 ways of plantain. And someone said to me, Patty, you should have done 52 because then you could have had a dish for each week of the year. And I thought,
It's week of the year.
absolutely. So now I've done plantain waffles. That'll be the 52nd one. It's just come in a little late. It's an extraordinary vegetable. I don't think people know enough about it. It's
Yes.
just so delicious. It's gluten free. It's vegan. It's delicious. It's packed with
Ooh,
vitamins. It's just, cholesterol free. What else do you want?
what else? What else do you want? I
Yeah,
love that so much. Oh my goodness.
great ingredient.
Just love that you mentioned that. I had to throw that question in there so that we can all be educated.
Hmm.
But some people might think it's a banana, no, or yeah.
It's
So
no. Someone said to me once when they touched an unripe plantain, the green, they said, I thought that was a wooden banana. I laughed so
what?
much. Yeah, a wooden banana. I said, no, it's not. It's plantain. And even at that stage, you can make crisps. You can boil it and mash it and plantain all the way.
I'm getting so hungry right now. I want to know this. What are the biggest challenges grown-ups face when cooking with kids, and how can they overcome them? I'm one of them, so this is for me as well.
Yeah, right. Okay, that's a very good question. I mean, kids, social media is one thing, and electronic devices that keeps kids away. And I think grown-ups find it very difficult to handle that. And it's a worldwide thing. Wherever you go in the world, kids are on their phones or on their devices, electronic devices. And I think if grown-ups can pull them away by cooking with them, because the kitchen can become such an exciting place for children. You know, they can learn, you can have fun in there. You can take the kids with you when you're shopping for the ingredients for whatever you're going to cook. Get them to um, touch, get their senses involved, touching ingredients and smelling it and all of that. You can. So that is a huge challenge for adults. But I think if you can employ some of these things, cooking will be a great way. It's one of
Ah,
the things you can do to get the kids, you
you
know.
are you are my
Yeah.
kind of woman for
I'm
sure.
telling you, Abigail, it's
So
just so, so true. Yeah.
bringing our kids to disconnect and
Yeah.
connect and
Make cooking a special event, involve them in the ingredients, get them to write the list. Just give them some, make them feel important. Just
yeah.
make them feel important. And you can make the list for me. We're going shopping tomorrow. What do we need? Oh, I think I've left something out. Show them the recipe or whatever. And they'll be very happy. Kids love to do what other kids do as well. So if you've got a few of them together, they do it together. They'll eat together. They'll love it together. And it won't be so challenging.
Oh, I
It's
love
not
it.
easy. It really isn't an easy one. But I think that's one way.
I once heard of couples taking cooking classes to enhance their relationship or something like
Uh-huh.
that. And so, can you imagine as a family, like
Yes.
connecting in the kitchen, hands-on
I'm telling
ingredients,
you. I mean,
and
I hope my book becomes a family cookbook. I
Love it.
really, really do. So that you're not cooking something separate for the kids. You're cooking with them and you're going
Right,
to eat the same foods with them. And they're
right.
going to be healthy and they're going to be quick. They're going to be fun. They're going to be easy. They're going to be simple. And these are life skills that they're going to have for a very, very long time.
Very long
You
time.
know? Imagine when these little kids go to university and they still got this somewhere and they can still pick it or they remember they've cooked it so long, they've got it up there in their heads and
Hmm.
they can go and they can cook these things quite easily.
Oh, good food. Good
Yeah.
food. Good
And
food.
healthy as well.
Healthy. Yes.
That's so important, isn't it? That is so
Ah,
important.
so important.
And one of my
But
friends said to me today, she said, "Oh, Patty, I wish I was a kid again." So that
oh,
I could cook these foods and that sort of stuff. It's great just doing cooking with kids. I think is an absolute bonus.
it's never too late. I'm getting the information now so I can cook with my kids.
Early
And
exposure to different flavors is just fantastic for them.
it is.
The earlier, the better. So they don't have to correct all the bad habits that they pick as children where food is concerned.
I-
And yeah, they can eat healthily. And practice, I always say, practice makes perfect.
It does.
And they get more confident as they cook. And even if they make a mistake, so what? They make a mistake,
I
never
love
mind.
it.
Mistakes become new dishes.
Oh, yeah.
And then as you're cooking with them, they learn to prep the foods. They'll make a mess, but they learn to clear up and
Oh, I
clean up.
love it.
Because you make it all fun. So
Mhm.
it doesn't seem difficult.
And I'm just listening to you and I'm thinking, how fun would it be like to get kids involved with the shopping and cooking and then eat our work, enjoy the work of our
I
the
know
delicious
it's
work.
so much fun. I mean, I cook with kids, and I did one in a museum over half term. I just had the best time watching these kids. I was getting them to time. I was doing these plantain waffles,
Mhm.
and I was like, "Who's going to time these for me?" And nearly every hand went up. They all
Oh,
wanted to time the food,
they
and they
did.
said, "Patty, we've got 10 seconds to go." I said, "Now count down from five." It was five, four, three, two, one. Yes. And the excitement they created was unbelievable. So bringing fun to cooking is half the job.
Is half the job. Yes, I love that. You bring a very good point. Like, if we don't involve them, we would never know their enthusiasm or, like
Yeah,
we don't take it away from them because if we do involve them, we'll be surprised how interested they will be.
exactly.
So, oh,
I watch their faces and their eyes, and they're transfixed
oh,
they're hanging on your every word. They're
oh,
hanging on your every word. It's such a great feeling.
I
And
love it.
you owe it to them to give them the right information and
Hmm.
feed them properly. And oh, it's so rewarding. I
Ah,
just feel so good after it.
I'm getting hungry again. I better move on. Okay, I want to know, speaking of ingredients and cooking, I want to ask, what is one ingredient you think every child should be introduced to early on?
You have no idea what I'm going to say.
Hit me.
I'm going to hit you with it right there. Plantain. Do you know? Because
Ooh, I love it.
plantain, yeah, plantain is eaten in Asia, it's eaten in Africa, it's eaten in the Caribbean, and it's eaten in the Americas. And the things different cultures do with plantain. It's healthy as well. I've said
Oh,
it's gluten free, it's cholesterol free, it's low in sodium, high in potassium, it's got vitamins A, B6, and it's high in vitamin C as well. So it's got all this goodness going for it. And you don't have to do too much to it. I remember when my kids used to come home from school, I'd have ripe plantain, yellow ripe plantain. Because when plantains are green, they're packed with starch. And when they turn yellow, when they're ripe, the starch converts to natural sugars. So they
ooh,
become sweet. And I just cut it, slice it, stick it under the grill. It's that simple. Slice and grill. And if you've got some peanuts or crunchy peanut butter, just slather it with it.
ooh, that combo, peanut butter
It's what
and
it's one
plantain.
of the
Ooh,
one of the recipes that's in the book. I've got this in the book, and I find the children just love it so much. It's healthy. I can remember in Ghana, school kids going up to the plantain cellar and grabbing plantain and enjoying. And it was just wonderful. The last time I was in Ghana, I remember going into a supermarket and the school kids were all in there, and they were buying blueberry muffins. And I just wish they'd go back and eat their plantain.
Oh,
Because,
yes.
yeah, all the sugar and what have you.
Oh
And
man.
plantain has just got natural sugars and it's
Mhm.
wonderful. Or the killer willy you can do in the air fryers,
Oh,
you can
love
do
it.
in the oven, you just chop it up, dice the plantain, spice it up, and cook it. How
Even
wonderful is that?
how wonderful. Even the
Mm.
smell, the smell. Oh, I love the smell of plantain.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's just the funny thing is, I say it's eaten in all these right all these different continents, but it's still completely unknown in some places. I've had people say, even in the supermarket, I might buy some green plantain, and the girl on the till will say, "What exactly do you do with that?" So I'm
wow.
thinking, they need recipe cards and everything in supermarkets.
Yes, I
To get people to know what they're doing because it's healthy stuff. You need to get people eating healthily. That
you
is so
do.
important. You
Yeah.
know, it's a simple one. It's tasty and it's easy. It's got no additives and it's cheap. What
Say it
I keep
again.
saying, what else do you want? Yeah,
What
it's a
else?
no-brainer, really. It really is a no-brainer. So I'll stick with plantain. That's what I want the
Oh,
kids to eat.
I love it. That's such a good one. Um, I was going to say that I knew about plantain, but I am schooled right now. I just want to go by when the show is over, guess what I'm going to do?
Go get some plantain, girl.
Oh, yes, that's exactly what I'm going
Go
to
get plantain.
do. Speaking of cooking, I want to know this. So, what's a funny cooking mishap that still makes you laugh today?
I've got one, and I don't think I'm ever going to live this one down. I don't know if I said it to you when we last spoke. I cooked jollof rice for my husband when he was my boyfriend, and I burnt it. I was either busy on my phone chatting or whatever, and he arrived, and I thought, oh dear. And when you burn rice, there's no getting away from it because the smoke comes right through the middle and
Oh,
what
yeah.
have you. So I scooped the edges and dug out some meat and arranged it really nicely on the plate. Do you know what? He enjoyed it and he asked for seconds.
Oh, so tell me again. So it was burnt, but then you scraped the sides of it,
Well, I
or
said, you know what I told him? I told him it was smoked rice.
I love it. That's
I
creative
didn't
right
tell him it was
there.
all, I just said, this is smoked rice. And he absolutely enjoyed it and asked for seconds.
Oh,
And that was hysterical. Absolutely hysterical. Oliver Twist asked for more. Yeah,
I love how you
that
call this
that that was
smoked
funny.
rice. That's brilliant. Smoked rice,
Yeah,
smoked rice.
I
I
had
love
to.
it.
I had to get away from it and find a reason. I couldn't tell, even though I don't think he'd had jollof rice. I didn't want him to eat jollof rice later on and think
And think,
this isn't like what she cooked me. What's that?
right.
So I said, yeah, this is smoked rice. He actually said, I've had fried rice and I've had kedgeree and I've had steamed rice. I've never had smoked rice. I don't know whether he knew it was burnt and he was just trying to say something funny or
Oh my
whatever.
goodness.
But yeah,
That's a good
that's my
one.
kitchen mishap.
That's a good one. That's a
Yeah.
very good mishap, a delicious mishap. That's
It's funny.
that's kind of adorable. I love it. I love that.
I've had to tell it so many times. I don't think I'm going to live it down.
No, don't. It's
Oh,
a really good one. As you
too
tell the
funny.
story, rice that's burnt, but then you give it a name and then it's so
Yeah, give it a
ask for
name. Own
more.
it.
That's what I love
Claim
about the
it and own
story.
it. Yeah,
Yes, that's what I love
you
about the
got to claim
story.
it.
I love it. I love it so much. Oh my goodness. What was the most surprising part of writing a cookbook for kids?
Good question. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Oh,
Thoroughly enjoyed because it takes you back to your childhood. It takes you back to some magical moments. You start thinking like a kid again, and you remember. I remember my mum's kitchen, and I remember all the conversations that we had in there, and the fun and the laughter. I think I've even mentioned it in the book where my mum would bake a cake, and she'd leave a little bit of the cake mix in the bowl, and she'd add some flour and mix that up, and we all had to scoop that up and make fist biscuits and bake that. And that was so exciting, just waiting
ooh,
for these biscuits to come out of the oven. you know, because I think the kitchen can become this exciting place for
Mhm.
children. And I thought, no, I've really got to do this. I've got to write this book for kids. And I really enjoyed the process was brilliant.
Oh, I
I
love
kept
it.
going back to it because I do so many other things as well. But eventually I have finished it and I'm really excited. But it
Congratulations.
was fun. Thank you so much. It really was a fun trip. It really was good. And
You
it's all
know,
the memories, and it's the memories that parents are going to create with their kids. Because I remember my memories, and I'm thinking these memories are going to carry these kids. They're going to love it. They're going to talk about it. Who knows what's going to happen? It might
oh,
lead them on to maybe not a cookbook, but some other book or whatever. Yeah,
mhm. So I so love how you described the writing process of this book. It just, if you loved it so much, only imagine the recipes and cooked with
yeah,
love and just
yeah.
take into your childhood and delicious. I can almost like taste it. Love it. And you're giving kids a beautiful gift. But thank you so much for
Yeah,
sharing that.
thank you. It's a great feeling. Thank you so much.
So,
It felt quite surreal, when I got the proof copy. I was like, wow, I've actually done this,
like you've done it.
you know.
Here, you
And I
did
keep
it.
looking at it and think, did I really do this? And I can't wait to see kids' faces because these illustrations as well have brought the food to life and the color just jumping
Yes.
off the page. It's been a great process. Great.
Oh,
And it's made me, I'm so grateful that I've been able to do this as well. And I'm happy. It fills me with such happiness that kids are going to enjoy this,
yes.
that they're going to have fun with this. And there's going to be bits that they can color in as well. And it's going to be good. It's
Ooh,
going to be good.
it's gonna be so good. So good. I just feel the energy and I love it. I'm just like, I can't wait to get my hands on a copy. I'm just so
Super.
excited. Yay.
Yep.
Ah, that's wonderful. So, what message do you hope children take away from the book long after the meal is over?
Well, I want them to realize after this that food is fun,
Mhm.
it's enjoyable. I want them to know they're learning life skills, that this is going to stay with them for a very long time,
Love it.
that they'll continue to cook these foods and continue to enjoy the foods, that it becomes part of their lives as well, you know, and that's wonderful. They can pass it on one day, that it's nice and healthy, it's beneficial, and they can spend some time away from social media
Oh,
cooking.
love it. So, thank you so much for sharing that. I love it. I can't even say enough how the benefits of eating healthy,
I really want people to eat healthily, children especially,
especially, yes.
because, it's good for your gut health and everything. There's great foods that you can eat and stay away from. Sugary snacks. So I hope these snacks are going to be their go-to snacks.
Oh, I love it. Can you tease us with a little recipe, a menu?
I'll give you one here. I've got these fabulous energy blast balls, I call them.
Ooh,
And they've got dates, they've got cranberries, they've got figs, they've got peanuts, they've got desiccated coconut. And if you don't eat
wow.
peanuts, you can leave them out, and you can blend all that together and make all these lovely little energy balls and kids can
Ooh,
snack on.
I love
That
it.
is a fabulous one. I
Ah,
make that, and every little kid that comes here, or I give it away to friends, and they totally, totally, totally enjoy it.
oh, I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that. Oh my goodness. I'm getting hungrier for good food, for good snacks. Oh my goodness. So I want to know what's next for you. Any future books, recipes, or projects in the works?
Well, I'm going to take my late mother's advice on that one. She said to me, say nothing. A tree never tells you when it's growing.
Oh,
You just suddenly see leaves and branches and twigs and what
yes.
have you. Yeah. My mum says sometimes you put far too much pressure on yourself if you start saying, oh, I'm going to do this. Oh, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do
Right.
this. Then, so I keep quiet and I just get on with it and hand it out at the end.
That's the best advice I've heard all my life. I love it.
Yeah. My mum said, say nothing.
Say
And
nothing.
I'll even say it in Fanti, in our language. It's lost in translation, but you'll get, she says, Ekasam de be ye be de bo na sam no johor chow.
That's-
can't quite explain it. It's just that pressure
There
that
is
you
no
put on yourself. You don't
explanation.
put that pressure on yourself,
There is no
really.
explanation.
Yeah, that's my mother for you.
Oh my goodness. But hena some no jina horror chow.
Oh, Jamar, ciao. Yeah, just don't put
Oh
pressure
my
on
goodness.
yourself.
That
Yeah.
is a good one. That's a sound advice. I really love that.
I saw this quote once, says a tree never tells you when it's growing.
It
You look at
doesn't.
a tree and suddenly little buds appear, a twig, a branch, a
Yeah,
leaf, all of it. And
all of
it's
it.
beautiful.
Yes, it is. Suddenly it blossoms or and we
Exactly.
admire it and then we
Exactly.
yes. Patti Sloley, I want to thank you so very much for coming to visit me on Heart to Heart with Abagaba today. Before I
You're
let you
absolutely
go,
welcome.
oh, thank you. And before I let you go, where can listeners connect with you or learn more about your work?
Okay, social media, Instagram. I'm Patty's Menu on Instagram. It's PATTISMENU, Patty's Menu, on both Instagram and TikTok. And then I have a fabulous new website. It's pattysmenu.com. Patty's Menu, one word, .com. And I'm on Facebook as well as Patti Slowly. I guess will you have that somewhere for people to see?
Oh, yes, I will link them in the show notes for
Yeah.
people to follow you.
And the good news is
Dun, dun, dun.
today
Drum
is my
roll.
publication day, so people
Yay!
can go onto Amazon and grab a copy of Patty's Yum Yums for Kids Tum Tums.
Ah, that is so wonderful. And I know you have two other books out there. Could you please tell us the names of your two books and please
My
tell us where to find
first
it?
book is A Plate in the Sun, and it's got recipes that I sort of grew up with, things that my mum made, and my own creativity as well in there. So it's a bit of fusion in there. And then the second one is A Date with Plantain. It's 51 ways with plantain, where you can boil it, mash it, poach it. There's all sorts in there. And fall in love with plantain and have an affair with it for a lifetime.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And before I let you go, see, I can't even let you go. I'm just so like, I just want to hear more of you. So, do you, do you have any, before I let you go, like finally, do you have any final thoughts to share with our listeners?
Well, I want them to keep eating good food, enjoy Ghanaian food, and have fun with their kids in the kitchen. You know,
I love
enjoy them because these are moments with children. These are moments you'll never get back again.
Yes.
When they're young, spend that time with them, have fun with them. And, because if you don't, those years will pass by and, you can't get them back.
Nope.
So
Gone.
while they're young, I think it's a, make the time, have fun with them, just enjoy them,
Oh,
enjoy them.
I love it. Can I keep you for 3 more minutes?
That's absolutely fine.
Okay. Thank you so much for staying. The floor is yours. We are all ears. And is there anything else that you'd want to share with us?
Anything else? What else can
Okay.
I say?
What
I've asked
else?
you I've asked you to eat some good food. I've asked you to enjoy your kids. And just keep watching what I do. Follow, and let's
Yes,
have some fun.
follow.
Let's cook together. Have some cooking classes for kids and all of that. Let's enjoy.
Yes. So as you were speaking about children and then, helping them to have all these beautiful experiences, all these creative, fun experiences, it just brought up a memory that I had when I was a teacher. There
Okay.
we had a thing called food experiences where they would bring all kinds of food for the staff and teachers to try. And then it was amazing. And I can't even imagine like beyond the classroom, this lively, beautiful book where grown
It
ups could
really
get
is
to,
wonderful. Yeah.
I just love it.
Really is wonderful. I've really, because I demonstrate in schools. I do food festivals, a few private dinners, run classes called A Taste of Africa at the Novelli Academy, and lots of other things. But working with the kids has been
Oh,
an absolute favorite of mine.
oh.
When you get a kid who comes to you after you've demonstrated and they've all gone off to play or whatever, and one
Mhm.
will come back to the classroom and say, Patty, can I hug you?
Oh.
Oh
Oh,
my goodness me, that just steals my heart,
that is
And then
so
after they'll
tender.
say to the teacher, "Can Patty come back next week?"
Oh, that is
Or when
so
you're
tender.
packing or when you're leaving the school, you meet a few kids on the corridor, they're smiling and they're giving you thumbs up, and it's
Oh, that's the
fantastic.
best
Yeah.
feeling. The best feeling.
And it tells me they love it because I've gone back to some schools twice, thrice, and you see these kids and they've really enjoyed. Some of them have moved on to the high schools. I do some high schools sometimes, but the primary school kids, just
Oh,
incredible.
just incredible.
That
So
is a time where they soak up so much.
they
So
do.
you've got to make sure you give them the best.
Yes, yes,
Whatever you have, give them the best
yes.
because it'll stay with them for a long time.
It will. And that is so
Mm.
honest because if kids doesn't feel things, they would not share it. If they give thumbs up, if they wave, they feel it. And it's so pure, so
Exactly.
honest. And so, oh my goodness, it's just golden.
I
Um,
had a kid say to me once, "Patty, where do you live?" And the teacher said, "What's that got to do with you?" He says, "Well, I want to know if I'll meet her in the supermarket so I can say hello." So cute. They're,
oh,
they're just cute.
they're just cute. From the mouth of babe. Love it, Patti Sloley. I want to thank you so much again for making our
My
day
absolute
pleasant.
pleasure. My pleasure.
Have a fantastic day, and I cannot wait till we connect again.
Yes, definitely. It would be lovely to come back on your program
Oh, yes, I
and
would
do this
love
again and
it.
talk some more.
I would
Definitely.
love it.
And I'd like to wish all your listeners a very happy Christmas.
Oh, yes. Thank you
As
so much.
it's around the corner. It's here already. It's
It
nearly there.
is. We're like
Mm,
3 weeks, like a few weeks away.
that's it.
This book will be just in time to make new recipes and new snacks.
I'll send
Wonderful.
that because
Wonderful.
today's publication day. I'm very excited.
Congratulations. That's
Thank you.
awesome. That was Patti Sloley sharing her heart, culture, and inspirational way of bringing joy into the kitchen. Her new book, Patty's Yum Yums for Kids Tum Tums, reminds us that food is more than something we eat. It's connection, it's creativity, and it's a chance to make beautiful memories with the children we love. To everyone listening, I hope today's conversation inspires you to play a little more with your meals, to explore new flavors, and to bring kids into the process in simple, meaningful ways. Those little moments truly last a lifetime. If you love more of Patty's joyful recipes and cultural goodness, you can connect with her through the links in the show notes. I invite you to share this episode. Please follow the show, leave a review, or share it with someone you love. And don't forget to check out Patty's amazing cookbooks. All the links are in the show notes. Thank you for spending part of your day with me. Until next time, this is Abby Dominguez, sending you a gentle reminder to lead with love, stay curious, and keep nurturing the hearts around you. Bye for now. Thank you for sharing this space with us on Heart to Heart with Abagaba. I hope this conversation inspired you to keep moving forward in hope and light. If this episode spoke to you, please share it with someone you love. Leave us a review and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a moment of inspiration, connection, and joy. May your home be filled with peace, your heart with joy, and your spirit with the quiet strength of love. Until next time, take care of your heart, take care of each other, and keep celebrating the love that makes us family.